If you can't explain what makes you different from every other coach in your space in one sentence, you're invisible to your ideal client. I'm going to show you my personal brand matrix today. This is the exact framework that I use to help coaches go from just another expert to the expert, the one that their ideal clients can't ignore. I'm going to break down the 4 pillars that make you unforgettable, why trying to help everyone is killing your credibility, and the simple positioning shift that makes clients choose you over everybody else. Stay tuned to the end because I'm sharing the one question that will transform how you show up online. I'm Carla Joy Treadway, and I've helped hundreds of coaches and creators build brands that actually stand out in crowded markets. My clients go from being one of many to being the only obvious choice. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to position yourself powerfully so that your ideal clients feel like you're absolutely reading their minds. Let's talk about the invisibility problem. I asked 50 coaches in my community to describe what makes them different, and 47 of them said the exact same thing. You know that sinking feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram and you see another coach posting the exact same content that you are about to post? Or when you're at a networking event and someone asks what you do and 3 other people in the circle nod and say, "Oh, I do that too." Or maybe you just heard what somebody else does and it just landed so well and you thought, why can't I do that? You're trying so hard to be relatable that you become replaceable. Your bio says, "I help women live their best life," or "I empower entrepreneurs to reach their potential." I'm not making fun of you. I'm helping you. Your content sounds like it was written by the same AI bot as everyone else in your industry. And deep down, you know that if your ideal client put you and your top 5 competitors in a lineup, they couldn't pick you out, or they'd end up picking the person with more followers, more attention, more experience, and that sucks. The worst part, you're actually really good at what you do. You get incredible results for your clients, you care a lot about your work, you have a process and methodology that actually helps people, but online, you sound like everyone else who took the same course from the same guru who taught you to find your niche by copying what's already working. Here's what I discovered after working with hundreds of entrepreneurs. The most successful ones aren't trying to fit in at all. They're brave enough to stand out. They have found the intersection between who they are and what they do, and they own that space completely. That intersection is what I call your personal brand matrix. And it's the difference between being a commodity and being irreplaceable. There are 4 pillars of magnetic positioning. The coach making 50K months isn't smarter than you. She just understands these 4 things that you're probably ignoring. You think positioning is about finding the perfect niche or the right target market. So you're trying to narrow down your ideal client to millennial moms who want to lose weight or female entrepreneurs making 6 figures. And then you're wondering why your content still feels generic and your DMs are still empty. Or you might think that you're making really, really good content. But again, crickets. This is because you're focusing on demographics when you should be focusing on psychographics. You're trying to describe who they are instead of understanding how they think. You're talking about their problems instead of speaking to their deepest desires and fears, those things that are keeping them up at night. Meanwhile, your competitor who gets it is speaking directly to the voice in your ideal client's head. She's not just talking about weight loss. She's talking about the shame of avoiding photos at your kid's birthday party. She's not just talking about business growth. She's talking about the fear of checking your bank account on a Sunday night. You hear the difference? Your personal brand matrix has 4 pillars. 1 is your unique perspective, your signature process, your unique methodology, your ideal client's inner world, and your differentiating factor. When you nail all 4, you don't just have a brand, you have a movement now. People don't just follow you, they feel seen by you. And when someone feels truly seen, they don't shop around, they buy. They see the content and they think, like, how did she take the words out of my mouth? There's a huge advantage here to authenticity. And there's a lot of fake authenticity out there on social media. She built a 6-figure business by talking about the one thing every other business coach was afraid to mention. You're playing it safe with your personal brand because honestly, deep down, you're just terrified of being judged. You're scared of cancel culture. So you're posting the same motivational quotes. You're second guessing yourself. You're copying other people. You're sharing the same business tips and you're avoiding saying anything that might be controversial or polarizing. You see other coaches being vulnerable and honestly really authentic, and you think, oh, I can never share that, or that's unprofessional. You've got stories that would make your ideal client feel less alone, perspectives that would challenge their thinking, and experiences that would inspire them to take action. But you keep them locked away because what if someone doesn't like it? What if they don't like you? What if they don't like your messaging? What if they leave a bad comment? So you stay in your safe zone, posting content that could have been written by anyone for anyone. You go to ChatGPT and you say, write me 10 viral posts in my niche. And then you wonder why your audience feels more like strangers than a community. You wonder why there's no engagement. You wonder why there's no DMs. You wonder why people consume your content but don't buy from you. The coaches making real money, they aren't afraid to stand out. They might be polarizing, but at the very least, they are standing out. They understand that when you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. They'd rather have 1,000 people who are obsessed with them than 10,000 people who are mildly interested or entertained by your content. They know that the goal isn't to be liked by everyone. It's to be unforgettable to the right people. And unforgettable always beats likable when it comes to making money. Let's see the personal brand matrix in action here. Here's exactly how to position yourself so your ideal client thinks, this person was made for me. You know you need to differentiate yourself, but you don't know how without sounding fake or manufactured. You're trying to force some unique angle that doesn't feel authentic, or you're overthinking it so much, you're not sure which thing about you to pick, that you end up more confused than when you started. Meanwhile, you're looking at other successful coaches and trying to figure out their secret sauce. But when you try and apply it to your own business, it feels like wearing someone else's clothes. It doesn't fit right, and everyone can tell. You start second guessing yourself. Did I choose the right lane? Am I talking about the right thing? Your personal brand matrix isn't about inventing something new. It's about uncovering what's already there. Your unique perspective comes from your life experiences, your stories, your results, your feelings, your process. Your signature process comes from how you naturally help people. Your understanding of your ideal client's inner world comes from either being where they are or having been where they are. And your differentiating factor, it's usually the thing that you think is too obvious to mention. It doesn't have to be like over the moon unique. You don't have to like go to space like Katy Perry. It might be something that you're slightly embarrassed about. It might have been a past failure. Maybe you're the business coach who also talks about mental health. Maybe you're the fitness coach who understands chronic illness. Maybe you're the relationship coach who's been divorced. The thing that makes you different is usually the thing that makes you human, and often it's the thing that we're trying to hide. So here's how you build your personal brand matrix. First, identify your unique perspective. What do you believe in that others in your industry don't? Secondly, define your signature process. What's unique about your methodology? Again, you don't have to go to space. It doesn't have to be that over the top. What's your specific way of getting results? Third, understand your ideal client's inner world. What are they thinking about at 2 a.m.? And four, own your differentiating factor. What makes you the obvious choice to your perfect person? When you get clear on these 4 pillars, everything else becomes easy. Your content writes itself. You're not even going to need ChatGPT anymore. Or if you use it, like talk to it, tell it your stories and just let it, do the grammar. Your offers are going to start becoming irresistible, and your ideal clients are going to start feeling like, hey, she's talking directly to me. Now that you understand how to position yourself as the expert, you need to understand why most coaches with great positioning are still stuck at 5K months. It might not be your messaging if you fix this. It's probably about the lies you've been told about scaling. In my next video, I reveal the real reason that you're stuck at 5K months, and it's not what you think. I break down the 3 biggest lies that are keeping you broke, why diversification is actually killing your growth, and the one simple shift that took me from struggling at 5K months to running a multi-6-figure business from my cottage. Click here. You can watch it now.